Greetings fellow Decepticons, Sandblaster1987 here with another Star Wars The Black Series review. Today I'll be looking at Echo, the former 501st Clone Trooper that joined the Bad Batch in Season 7 of the Clone Wars. And this is what he looks like when he's joined the Bad Batch for both the final few episodes of Season 7 of the Clone Wars and the first season of the Bad Batch spin-off series. As you can see, a fairly faithful representation of Echo's design from the show. He's got his communications and rations backpack, which can be removed via this peg hole on the back of the armour, like so. Now, the helmet, because of the way that Echo's prosthetics have been sculpted, there's a sort of loop of plastic at the bottom of the helmet that you have to gently prise apart with your nails to take the helmet off, otherwise it'll get stuck and damage something. This is why I kept my nails long, ready for this review. So, when you take the helmet off, this is what Echo looks like with a load of electrodes stuck around his scalp and the prosthetic computer thing around the back of his ears, kind of similar to what Lobot had going on in Empire Strikes Back, the sort of computer head guy that worked for Lando Calrissian. So, as you can see, he's faithfully represented in this form. Obviously the armour does get in the way of articulation somewhat, as does the, rubbery pauldron thing, sort of blast skirt or whatever it is, around his legs here, but I'll try my best to work around that. Articulation wise, head is on a ball joint, similar to Boba Fett from my last review, link in the description. Although obviously he is a lot paler because of the amount of torture he underwent from the Separatists. Then the mid-torso twisting ball joint for ab crunch type movement and waist swivel situations. You technically got universal shoulders, though obviously the stiffness of the joints combined with the rubber sculpting of the shoulder and armour panels can get in the way, but if you peel the shoulder panels outwards with your nails slightly as you're moving them, then they don't get caught in the joint and they can actually get out of the way for screen accurate movement like so. The Astromech Droid prosthetic arm has got a bicep swivel rotation to it, as well as a faux ratcheted elbow that goes both ways because, obviously with it being a prosthetic arm created from Astromech Droid type parts. And his original human arm has got the same elbow rotation joint that Boba Fett had on his arms, as well as the faux ratcheted just over 90 degrees elbow movement. Wrist swivel with a slight inward hinge movement. Now, he comes with a replica of the Season 3 Captain Rex Black Series DC-17 hand pistol. However, his left hand was not sculpted with a trigger finger like Boba Fett's hand was, so he can't really wield it properly as an actual blaster weapon for stop motion stuff. Plus also the pistol is not exactly blast effects compatible for using it for that kind of purpose. And there's a little holster on this side here for the blaster pistol to get tucked into when not in use. And he's just about posable enough to be able to pull it out and put it back in again. Not quite. Then below the waist, you technically have semi-universal hip joints, but again the stiff rubber sculpting of the blast skirt gets in the way. I don't want to force it too much in case I damage it. Then you've got a thigh swivel as well, again hindered by the rubber blast skirt. Then you've got a deep knee bend just over 90 degrees. A swivel at the knee itself for those who can't access the thigh swivel easily due to the armour. And again, universal ankles that are semi-restricted by the sculpting of the armour, and possibly an assembly error on my copy because the left foot seems slightly misaligned with the ankle joints. And again, no toe hinge, and you've got a display stand port on the bottom of each foot. And finally, this accessory here is supposed to be Echo's sort of grappling hook accessory that plugs into his Astromech Droid prosthetic access panel arm like so. This cylindrical drum here houses the cable for the grappling hook, which obviously would fire off from about this point, and then the claw here would be magnetic to attach onto metal surfaces like ships and that kind of thing. Which, if I remember correctly from season 2 of the series, was how Echo managed to latch onto the Imperial cargo transport that was ransacking Count Dooku's palace on Sereno during one of their bounty hunter missions for Sid the Trandocean. For size comparison, here is Echo next to a 3 3/4 inch Cobra Commando from the G.I. Joe series. Black Series Boba Fett from my last review. These two are technically brothers due to being clones of Django. And finally, Transformers Legacy Beast Wars Silverbolt. So as you can see, he's vaguely WFC Voyager scale in terms of Transformer comparisons. So, that more or less concludes my review of Bad Batch Season 1 Echo. I'll be getting the rest of the Bad Batch as the year goes on, but for the time being, my next Star Wars month video will be a look back at the Family Guy Star Wars specials. Till then, till all are one, and may the Force be with you, always.